If you clicked on this, you already know what's going on. So I recently installed this coastal bumper, and now it's time for a winch. So I snagged this WARN EVO 10S, and I grabbed a ProLink as well. So let's get right to it. Don't mind the dirty engine bay. But jumping in, we're gonna have a couple of 10s right here and right here. We'll unclip these clips if you got them, and then pull this grill. Now let's unbox this real quick and see what all we got of stuff behind that grill. Instructions, winch, snazzy fairlead, hardware, more hardware, hook, cable, still good, other cable. I've looked through the instructions. They're not crazy detailed, but it shouldn't be that hard to figure out. So I'm going to start with the fairlead right here, and then I got to figure out how to rotate that clutch. And then looking behind the grill here, I got to figure out what all I got to remove. So I'm going to have to obviously take this off for the hood latch. And then I also got to look at what all I have to do with this upright support. Probably going to lose the grill mount. And I also got to remove this little cross support here. Blue thread locker. I believe this is the hardware for the fairlead. And I use blue thread locker for all my hardware and torque these to 35 foot-pounds. Alright, now I'm going to look at swapping around this clutch setup. So basically, from what I can tell, you just got to come in and remove all these smaller Allens and then just rotate it. Also, to pull the power, you have to pull out enough cord to get these Allens out from below. I'll start by cutting this guy loose, of course. Then I'll free spool this and then pull and pull and pull and pull and pull and pull. Then once you get enough out, you can finally get to those Allens for the power supply. Alright, I finally got the power supply removed. Hopefully nobody has issues like I did. I had to drill one of these out right here because the nut was stripped out inside. So it is what it is, but we're done with that. So now let's get this clocked. So this is pretty straightforward. You just got 4 small Allens that you'll remove, as you see here, and then there'll be 3 longer ones with the 4th one being a plug. Once you get those out, you'll just rotate this clutch housing. Pretty straightforward, and yeah, just replace them. I don't know of a torque spec on these. It is an aluminum housing, so nothing too crazy. I just German spec'd it. They weren't on there very tight, and yeah, everything turned out good. So just bounce around, make sure everything's nice and tight, not too crazy, and then check to make sure it works like it should. Mine seems to be locking and free spooling, so we're solid. Jumping back behind the grill, we got a couple of 10s, so 1 on each side and the 1 here in the center. After you get those removed, just pull that guy out of there. Then I have to pull this sensor off my upright. Next I pulled these 10s, 1 for the cooler and 1 for the bottom of the upright. Back up top here, you got 2 10s on this cover, 1 on each side. Now with that out of the way, we can get to the last couple of 10s here holding the latch. 1 on each side, 1 down below. Then we can pull this final one to get our upright out. Now we get to do something fun. Not sure if this guy's gonna fit. I figured it would, but huge question mark on whether I could slide this in here without pulling the bumper. And as luck would have it, I was able to slide this guy in without a problem. I forgot to mention it, but I did remove the handle off the clutch to get this guy in. It's just a single Allen. And yeah, now that we're in, we can slap that guy back on. Now that we're finally ready to lock this guy in, we're back at it with the blue Loctite. Then getting these front ones in was a breeze, but the rear ones, definitely a different story. With some finagling though, I was able to pull it off. And yeah, just torqued everything to 35 foot-pounds. Now for putting stuff back together, I realize I'm not going to be able to keep this or this grill mount. So cut it off. This is what it looks like. Just throw a little bit of paint on this. Don't need this anymore. Alright, slapped all this back together real quick. Got the upright back in. You can see it's pretty tight clearance. And for the cooler, because it was too tight, I had to bolt it in on the back side. And you can see right here that it's also pretty tight clearance, but nothing's touching. So we're going to rock it, see what it ends up looking like in the future, I guess. But everything worked out. And now I just get the fun of trying to wire this back up. Here's a quick look at this ProLink before I throw it on. It's just a double shear pin with a circlip. That's it. So this is where I'm going to mount my control box. But I didn't buy a bracket, I'm just going to build one. So this is the beginnings of my template. I'm going to step it in like an inch and some change. And I'm just going to use this piece of scrap metal here. Just keeping it really simple here. I'm just going to trace this with a piece of paper. Nothing too special. This is what I got right here. I'll transfer it over to my cardboard template and start mapping out exactly how I want the bracket to look. So I'm not going to use all of the mounting points, as you can see here, because of the shape of metal I have. This is what I came up with, and then I'm just going to cut it down on this piece of metal, and it should work out good. I think I'm going to leave a tail right here. Alright, a couple bends and a few cuts, and this is what I got. So I'm just going to lay it on here so you can kind of get an idea of what it's going to look like. And like I said, I'm not using all of the mounting points, but I think it's going to work out really nice. And this is what it's going to look like setting in here. You can kind of get an idea of the mounting points I'll use and what that tail was intended for. It'll wrap around that bracket right there pretty nice. And I think it should be good and secure. So let's see about getting some holes in this. Got my holes drilled. Came out nicely. Fits up nice on the controller here. And this is what we got. So it's looking like it's going to work out sweet. Clearances are good. Nice and tucked back. I don't think this is going to be a bad deal at all for $3.99. Now to run my power and stuff, I'm going to go through the core support here. So remove this cover, pull all these clips, and then you have a pretty straight shot across. Very easy. Just zip tie through there, no problem. And come on over to the battery. That's the plan. Alright, we got that locked in. So painted the bracket, wired everything up, went through the support here like I planned. And this side is still a little loose because we got plans for the future, but it'll work for now. Back together now. Just a quick little look at the clearance here. You can see, access that port perfectly. And everything's looking clean, nice and tight. So last thing to do is stretch the cable. So if you never stretched one of these out, it's pretty straightforward. So I got a soft shackle, free spool, and then drag this thing out to where we got roughly 6 wraps left. I'm hooking mine to the front of the FJ. Then I'll walk back to the truck and start to reel this thing in. And like I said, roughly 6 wraps. Some people do more or less. As you can see here, I got roughly 7 wraps or so. Like I said, not that big of a deal, just in the ballpark. Make sure you lock it in. And yeah, we'll start pulling it in. I also set my brake for some drag. Now it's time to just reel everything in. Once you get to the last 6 foot or so, you can do it untensioned. And that's a wrap. We're done here. So, you know the drill. If this helped you out in any way, or you like the content, support the channel, subscribe, like, comment. I respond to everything. And I appreciate you guys. We'll catch you in the next one.